Today is 8th of August 2018, market trade and insight day with higher volume, down 13 point to close at 3326. Now this happened after yesterday wide range bar, so today is a rest day. There was an attempt at resistance at 3340 yesterday and managed to actually break it momentarily. So I'd like to see the markets eventually take out the resistance at 3340 and yesterday high of 3347. Now if this level are taken up with high volume, that will augur well for the market in general. If we take a look at the bigger pictures, if you notice this resistance is pretty significant. It tested on many occasions. So the recent attempt here is significant. So we'd like to actually watch this level. Now we got to be more circumspect because if you take a look at the weekly charts itself, this is actually a counter trend. So we should not be too carried away with our long positions. Now the obvious strong stocks is actually UOB. After yesterday very strong move, managed to break this high here, and today managed to make another high but didn't close that well. In fact, we trade with long leg, so it's more likely to pull back. This is a sign of uncertainty. The only consolation is the volume is not high. So I'd like to see how we actually open the next day. If we opened on a high, it's more likely to continue. However, if we open lower than yesterday close, or rather today close, it's likely to pull back. Now during the pullback, we look for an opportunity to actually go long. OCBC. This is OCBC after a trust bar today, pullback with slightly lower volume. Again, look for a pullback here, look for setup, and eventually trade above this high here of 1214. Now DBS appear to be much weaker. Today happens to be ex-dividend date, so it's, anyway, take a look at the moving average. You notice it's actually not quite trending. So today is actually trade around here. Alright, so remember this gap is caused by the dividends. So it's better to trade OCBC and UOB. We discussed Yang Zijiang in the previous videos, and they managed to actually move up very aggressively. Notice a very high volume. Now usually with a volume like this, likely to actually pull back. Notice today's gap is quite big, so this will be overextended, likely to pull back. During pullback, look for setup to go long. This is Costco. There was actually a very strong attempt here, now followed by pullback. Again, it will take some time. Going to pull back quite deep. Look for it eventually take out this high here of 42 cents. Venture. Now Venture is actually a severely sold down stocks, alright, and over here you notice actually there were strong trust bar and pullback. We take a look at the pullback, has lower volume, and again it staged another trust bar here with increased volume, and pullback again with low volume, and this is the third trust bar in recent week. And right now we have very nice setup, small deeper. Look for a break above the high here of 1930. Just be mindful, we have some overhead resistance here at about $20. This is iFast. After a gap, we start experiencing pullback and managed to actually move up recently. Again, we like to see take out this high here of 117. IPO stocks Kofu. Right now the stock is actually pulling back after the very nice run. So far the pullback has been shallow. Notice the last two bar volume is low. Alright, here we have a small dipper. Look for a break above the high here of 71 cents. Now we discussed Jaffa before. Let's continue. There was some selling in Jaffa, so we notice they've been trending very nicely. Mentioned in the previous videos that it's actually matured, and we got to be careful. And right now here we have quite a deep retracement, a very deep pullback, and it's trading right now below 1326 SMA. At best, it may continue to trade sideways. So we need some patience to wait for it to finish consolidations. We discussed Sheng Siong. However, this stock is more sluggish, so if you trade this, it will be better to trade the weekly charts. Alright, notice actually we are actually trading sideways. 1326 is actually converging. Alright, so it's losing its momentum. This happens to be the weekly charts. We notice actually very nice 1326 separations, and right now here we have a series of sideways bar. If you actually can see, this is a big dipples on the weekly charts. Look for a break above the high of 110. So this stock, as mentioned, is sluggish, so sometimes it's better to trade on a longer time frame like weekly charts. There's a City Neon. Very strong inbound trend. Here we have a pullback. Here we have a contraction, and today breakout again. Again, if you miss the move, look for pullback, and we look for a new setup. Just note that here we may have some overhead resistance. A stock that we seldom discuss, ST Engineering. Stock has a nice run recently. We like to capitalize on this momentum, look for pullback, and look for setups to go long. Now, Semco industry appeared to be more resilient. Notice it's trying to turn the corners, and we have a very nice run over here, and today it actually pulled back with an inside day, lower volume. Look for a break above the high here of 280. Now this is unlike Semco Marine, which is actually a weak stock. Notice it's actually still trading quite convincingly below 1326 SMA. Today trade inside there with low volume. Technically here we have a set up here a contraction. Look for a break below the low of 171. Now remember, markets are strong recently, so we've got to be careful with short position. High P, very severe drops, and over here itself began to actually trade sideways. Alright, it's still too early to trade the stocks. Okay, more likely become range bound after severe sell down, and eventually you'd like to see whether you can take out this low here of $1. Now $1 itself is a psychological support. Property stocks are mixed. This is CapitaLand. Unlike other property stocks, the stock actually trades with small gap. If you notice, this is the day where the cooling measure was announced. Alright, that was actually the day after rather. And notice it quickly covered up this gap and pull back, and today managed to actually move up. Again, look for pullback here, look for setup, by which times the moving average should be quite in order with daylight. Now if you compare that with UOL and CDL, you'll see a different pictures. Notice actually very big gap down, and this gap is offer a resistance, so it's difficult to long these stocks. In that case, we should leave this stock alone. Likewise for CityDev. Again, notice very big gap downs, and actually generally become range bound. Alright, so you may mark time. So this is unlike CapitaLand or even stock like Hobby. Of course, there are news about it taken privates. This is actually fueled by the takeover offer on the Wheelock. You notice very strong move and a series of sideways bar. Alright, small range bar. You want to see the stock take out this high here of 257. Now just be careful, these stocks sometimes do trades very low volume. Alright. You notice here it's only 81 lots and things like that, 134 lots. At times it may actually move up very strongly, like in this occasion here is 5 million shares. So again, this stock you cannot actually take too big a position. So generally markets has actually from weak turned strong, so we'd like to see STI take out the recent high here of 3347, and if you take out this high with high volume, that will be generally positive for the markets. In which case we should avoid shorting, so the better odds are actually to long. UOB in particular is an OCBC a better stock to look at. Ventures provide us with opportunity hit and run. Yangzijiang is also a stock to consider. So today being the eve of National Day, I'd like to wish everybody listening in a happy National Day.